You open LinkedIn and someone your age just started a company. You open Instagram and someone you went to school with bought a flat. Your younger cousin got promoted before you did. Your younger cousin. The one who used to eat crayons. Why you feel behind everyone else has nothing to do with effort. It's a measurement problem. You're not slow, you're reading the wrong ruler. Most people think the issue is that they haven't done enough. That if they'd started earlier, studied harder, picked the right degree, picked the right anything, they'd be where everyone else seems to be by now, wherever that is. Nobody's quite sure, but it looks nice in photos. But watch what happens when you do make progress. You finish something. A degree, a year at a job you used to want. And instead of feeling caught up, you look sideways and find someone further ahead. You could win the lottery tomorrow, and by Wednesday you'd feel behind because someone on your feed won it on a Monday. That's not a discipline problem. If it were, achieving things would fix it. It doesn't. You've achieved things, you still feel behind. So the ruler isn't broken because you're not trying hard enough. It's broken because it was never measuring what you think it's measuring. Your brain runs a comparison every time you scroll, but the two inputs don't match. On your side, every false start, every wasted afternoon, every New Year's resolution that died by the second week of January, the doubt at 2 a.m, the months where nothing seemed to move, the complete, unedited director's cut of your entire life, including the deleted scenes, especially the deleted scenes. On their side, a post, a job title, and a line about being grateful for the journey. You're comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's trailer. And the trailer only has the good bits. That's the entire job of a trailer. Nobody puts the crying in the car scene in the trailer. So you're not behind. You're not wasting your life. You're watching a highlight reel that nobody actually lives and holding yourself to it as a deadline. Picture a graph. Along the bottom, time. Up the side, how behind you feel. You'd expect the line to climb slowly. A gradual slope of falling further back. It doesn't do that. The line sits flat for days. You're fine. You're busy. You're not thinking about it. Then someone posts something and the line spikes straight up. One LinkedIn announcement and you're 5 years behind before your coffee goes cold. Then nothing for a week. The spike fades. You forget about it. Then someone else posts and it spikes again. You're not falling behind at a steady rate. You're getting hit by random bursts of other people's best moments, arriving at random intervals, with zero context attached. That's the comparison spike. It doesn't build, it ambushes. The average person experiences 147 moments of social comparison per day. That's a number that I invented about 6 seconds ago. But you believed it for a moment, which tells you something about how constant this feels. And the spike hits different surfaces depending on the day. Sometimes it's career. Someone your age gets promoted. Your job stops feeling like a choice and starts feeling like evidence that you settled. You start rewriting your CV in your head at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, which is a productive use of nobody's time. Sometimes it's money. Someone went on their 3rd holiday this year and you're checking your bank balance before buying a sandwich. You start doing maths you didn't ask to do. Maths that only makes you feel worse, which is the one thing maths has always been good at. Sometimes it's relationships. Everyone seems to be getting engaged and you can't get a text back that isn't one word and a full stop. Or you're in a relationship and it somehow doesn't count because it doesn't look like theirs does online. As if love needs a content strategy. And sometimes it's not even one of those. You're just behind on everything. If someone asked you to explain it, you'd say, I don't know, just everything, and hope they didn't push. So you try to fix it. You open a coding tutorial and close the tab after 10 minutes. You start updating your CV and delete it because it looks thin. You spend 3 weeks researching how to start a side hustle and never build anything. You download a budgeting app, use it once, and forget your own password. Productive stuff. You're not lazy. You stopped because everyone doing those things already looked like they knew what they were doing. Nobody posts their first attempt at anything. So you assume they skipped that part. Went to bed confused one night, woke up the next morning with a promotion. And once you've stopped, the not doing starts to feel like proof. See, you're definitely behind. You're not even trying, which is a lot of certainty to build from a photograph of someone else's flat. But here's the part most people skip past. You don't actually want to be where they are. You couldn't name what your cousin does on a Wednesday. You don't want their job or their flat or their relationship. You want someone to tell you that the speed you're going is fine. That's it. That's the whole thing. Not their salary, not their flat, just someone saying, you're doing fine, keep going. Nobody tells you that. There's no notification for it. No annual performance review of your entire life where someone sits you down and confirms you're not wasting it. Nobody posts that. It wouldn't get any likes. It wouldn't even get a pity react. And somewhere underneath that is the part you don't say out loud even to yourself. You're not worried about being behind them. You're worried about being behind the version of yourself you thought you'd be by now. The one who'd have it sorted. The one who wouldn't still be wondering. That's the person you're comparing yourself to. Not your cousin, not the boy from school. A version of you that was never real either. So you look sideways instead. You use their timeline as evidence about yours. And because their timeline only has the good parts, yours always looks worse. You're not behind. You're using a broken ruler. And it will always read short. The next time you feel that spike, the sudden drop after someone's announcement, notice what your brain does with the gap between where they started and where they are now. It draws a straight line, smooth and unbroken. No setbacks, no confusion, no months where they sat on the sofa at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday, wondering if they picked the wrong everything. Just a clean arc from zero to LinkedIn post. Very inspiring, completely made up. Your brain fills their gap with a clean line and fills yours with every stumble you remember. You give them the benefit of the edit and give yourself the raw footage. 2 timelines, one edited, one not. Once you see the edit, the comparison stops carrying the same weight. You'll still feel it. You'll still flinch when someone your age does something impressive before you've had breakfast. But you stop treating the flinch as a fact, not I'm behind everyone else. Try I'm comparing my whole experience to someone's best moment. One of those says you're failing. The other says the measurement was never going to come out fair. Why you feel behind everyone else? You don't, really. You feel behind a version of everyone else that nobody's living. Anyway, I should probably go. Someone I went to school with just posted something and I need to feel bad about it for roughly 45 minutes. If that helped, consider subscribing. It gives me an excuse to make another one.